troop formations. I'm going to use one of my other castles for this because while she isn't as high level as Paxton 2 is, and definitely not as high as Paxton is, she's relatively low level with heroes. But on the other hand, she has full troops. You can see she's got quite a number of troops, which is really in some ways the point of formation. Before you have enough troops, it doesn't really matter all that much. So, once you have your Hall of War, I believe you can go into this possibly immediately. You might need a VIP level. Let's check that. So, all right, yes, you have to be at least VIP 2 in order to record a troop formation. And then at certain points, you get another one. You can record 2 when you reach VIP 5. I need to reach VIP 9 if I want to get the third one. And then 12 to be able to record to have a fourth one. And VIP 14 to be able to record 5 troop formations. I've been playing for 3 years. None of my castles have reached VIP 14. Honestly, I don't really push it too much after I reach 10. It would be nice, but I don't need it. I only really have 4 because that way I can have 1 for cavalry, 1 for infantry, 1 for ranged, 1 for the best of what I've got left hero-wise and matching troops. And then for the final, I'll let the system choose whatever's left. So, now this castle doesn't have that even a third one yet, but that's okay. What's important is, let me go back to make sure everybody sees this. You start with the Hall of War, you click on that, and then it's this third one here. Click go. And then it's the gear. You can click on that, and as you can see, I already have one set up here. Because I have multiple castles, I have them all in the same order. My main castle is in fact, most of my castles are actually cavalry. I should change some of them. I should focus more on ranged for some of them and infantry for reasons that are better explained in the Rally/Hell Fortress video. But point is, I always have cavalry for my first one, and then infantry for my second, and ranged for my third. And by doing it the same way everywhere, it's just a lot easier. I don't have to try and remember, oh, this is this castle, so I need this troop. Anyway, so when you first go into the screen, it's actually empty. Now, the important bits is, as you can see, you can have 5 heroes. Down here, it tells you how many troops you can have. And if you have anything that increases the troop size and what to look for to increase the troop size. This is for lots of money. You can buy pretty marches, some of which give you bonuses. They've really expanded their catalog. They didn't have nearly this many last time I checked. But it's just the way your march looks on the castle map, on the world map. Boost details, what the current boosts are, and we don't have any troops, so we can't see troop load or how many, what the current might is. Now, when I'm first starting out and I don't have a lot of heroes, what I like to do, and this is why it's kind of better to do it once you've got enough troops to fill out a march with just one type, is I like to slide the bar and see, okay, my infantry has almost 2 million might. Very close there too, 1944. All right, so infantry edges out the range just a little bit. And the ranged has 1.7 million. So, I mean the cavalry. So like, wow, my cavalry is actually kind of weak sauce, isn't it? I hadn't noticed. Okay. Now the thing is with catapults, you'll notice even with a full march, they have half the might. Do not. My understanding is that there is a use for catapults, or I've been told that people have been successful in using catapults in certain situations for attacking, but no, I've never seen any proof of it, and nobody's explained it in a way that I was able to replicate it on my own. So just for these formations and for any kind of military action, just leave them home. Don't use them. So, now I think we decided that infantry had that. So, we'll actually move to the second formation because, as I said, I like to use have cavalry in the first in all my castles. So, we'll go to the second one. Okay. We got that. So, let's also look at the heroes. Now, this was a new addition a few months ago, which I really appreciate, where you can select the type of hero and it will put them first. So you want the troop type of the hero to match the troop type you're using, because they will have boosts. You know, Almora, when she's upgraded past level 70, when she reaches level 71, she gives a boost to attack, defense, and hit points for infantry. How much of a boost depends on the enhancement level. She is a +3. I didn't want to scroll like that. She's a +3, and so she gives 15% boost right now. And so that's basically what you want to look at this point. Now, I don't think, we're not going to see it here, and I'm not sure if we might see it when we do the other ones. I don't know for sure. But you'll notice I've got a 2-star in there. That is because even though she's only a 2-star, she's still giving a boost to attack and defense. So if we confirm that, you can see that the might is now 2.46. Okay. We go in here, we take her out, and we replace her with Soon. That might actually give us a bigger boost. Let's see. Yeah, 2.37. That's less. Once Soon has more, is enhanced more, or is upgraded, he's a 5-star, so he would need to be upgraded past 130 to 131 for him to affect all three. Once that happens, he'll be a better hero. But for right now, Florine is actually still a better one to increase this might total. And honestly, that's really pretty much about it. You know, this march has 2.46 might, so I'll save it. And then if you want to, you can click the little pencil icon and you can label it. with all my castles. I generally don't bother because I know them by now. So let's go back to the cavalry. And as you can see, my cavalry is less. I hadn't noticed that. And this is my 7th castle that was just created to test something out. And so it hasn't gotten a lot of love and attention. And in fact, will probably be abandoned soon. But it is good for this. So, cavalry. And, oh, maybe that's why. So currently we're at 1.96. What if I take Orochi out and put Nax in? Yep, that gets us over to 2 million. So we'll save that before I forget. And we'll go ahead and change this to cavalry since, I'm talking about that. Okay, now the infantry is at 2.4. The cavalry still weaker at 2 million. So yeah, Skender's at 70. If I were to get one of these, if I could upgrade Orochi to to 131, then he'd have that 3rd thing and maybe he'd be better. But right now that's the best we can do. So a lot of players will decide fairly early on what kind of troop they want to specialize with, the most popular being cavalry. Second most popular is ranged. Infantry does not get a lot of love in this game. It's usually the first to die in battles. And just doesn't tend to... There is a guy, I've seen the reports, he uses a shield of a couple, like 10,000, something like that, or a large amount of infantry in his formations because they'll soak up the damage, and all that. But for the most part, people generally stick with cavalry or ranged. And once they decide that, then when they do their gear and their gems, they will focus. Gear is a little harder because it tends to do multiple things. But with gems, there are people who might not even bother to put gems here. They'll just solely concentrate on, if they're cavalry, they'll just only work on the cavalry gems. And it does make a huge difference. I saw a report the other day where a player beat a level 18. I'm not sure how high. It was in the teens. A large fortress with using only T1 troops. But their boosts, their gems were already 8 star. And so he beat it. 80, I think it was like 82, 83% using just T1s. It was, wow. And so I'm not very good at doing that because my brain itches if things aren't built up evenly. But having seen that report, I'm Paxton 2, I'm actively trying to do that. And then once you have your troop formation set, then you can go to the map. And let's see what I can challenge up to level 25 monster. Let's see if I can beat a level 25. You click on it, you click attack, and then instead of hitting quick select, which is what a lot of us do in the beginning, you'll see if you hit quick select, then that's the might it shows you. It's giving us 1.6, and it's recommending that we have 2.6 to beat the monster. If I choose The cavalry, that's 1.5. That's one of the things I'm not sure. Well, there are some boosts that are monster or player versus player specific. And so that's part of why these numbers are different than they were in the hero hall. And let's see what it gives us for infantry. So, lower than, I think that's lower than it was in the hero hall, but still more than the cavalry. Now once you have all of these, it's great for events like Monster Hunt. Particularly if, it's one of those days where a lot of people don't make the hunt. It's a lot faster hitting monsters with good troops doing it this way. So let's go ahead and dispatch and see if we win. Let's get that out of the way. And how do we do? Nope, we didn't quite do it. But now I know. Anyway, so that's how you set up troop formations. And you can have, if you don't have a full march or enough heroes, you can, you can play with it. As I said, this currently says 2.072. So what if we cut down the amount of, let's see, infantry was pretty good. So let's say if I didn't have Lux yet, or any of the 4 stars. So what was the other one I put in there? Infantry. So let's see what my low level infantry heroes are. Let's see, she boosts those 2 to 23. Okay, yeah. They do tend to put them in order of what would probably be the most helpful. So that's actually pretty respectable for a mixed troop. So if you don't have enough to fill out a march, you can also mess around with it like this. And so that's how you do it. I really need to figure out a better way to sign off on these videos. Thank you for watching. Good luck.